Well, I'm going to have to get out the old DVD of Dodgeball and give it a watch as we've got the Team RWB second annual Dodgeball tournament coming up quicker than you realize, and I got to prepare to be an announcer to give some of that play-by-play. Joining us to talk more about the event, March 25th, Dan Baldrick with Team RWB. And Dan, thanks for putting this together. This is it's starting to grow, I think, bigger than you may have thought it would. Or are you excited for how big it's growing?
Oh, it's we've doubled the teams this year from last year.
That's huge.
First and foremost, Greg, thank you for having me on the radio again. I got my coffee this morning, so I'm energized. I'm ready.
Good to hear.
But yeah, no, it's just I'm blown away about how big it continues to get. I mean, last year was our first attempt at it. We had a lot of fun. You guys did a great job announcing. We had a professional dodgeball player, so to speak, show up last year that.
I didn't know there was a professional there. Well, somebody actually gets paid?
Not paid, so to speak, but he participates in some of the big tournaments.
Wow.
And he may have been on Team RWB's team.
That was your ringer?
He reached out. He needed a team to play on, and we were happy to accommodate him.
No, I love it. So, last year, I got to tell you, I think people who listen know I don't follow sports. I played football all throughout high school and pee wee football even in grade school, and I don't follow sports now. So it was a shock going to this dodgeball tournament last year to announce and do some of the play-by-play because I was not anticipating it to be as intense as it was, Dan. It was, when I think dodgeball, I think, kindergarten, Red Rover, and then you got dodgeball games after that. And there were strategy, there were concise movements, there were plays, very tactical approaches that these players were taking. This is intense stuff.
It was. First, we do not use the red plastic ball that when you got hit in gym class that stings. We have a foam ball that is a little bit softer when you get that brunt force of that hit. It's definitely a great opportunity to come out. So just a little backstory of Team RWB. We are a veterans organization, non-for-profit. It was started to help enrich veterans' lives when they get out, transition out of the military, meet other like-minded veterans or just supporters of veterans. So you can join Team RWB. You do not have to be a veteran, just somebody that shares the goals of personal health, wellness, fitness. So as far as the dodgeball tournament, I did have a gentleman 2 years ago when I took over as a Team RWB sports leader that said, hey, I would love a dodgeball tournament. So I was like, all right, let me see what I can do. So right away I popped in the movie Dodgeball as well.
Yeah.
Came up with an idea, and then last year was our first go-around at it, and like I said, it was a great opportunity. We did get some people to help put this together last year, and again this year. I like to give an opportunity to thank them. Matt McElroy over at the Salvation Army, who's just been so gracious as the facility host, and then helping with coordinating that. And then we did get some sponsorship. Michael Thomas over at Express Employment Professionals, who's helping us try to get some more teams out there. We got Fred Weber over at Capital Mortgage. We got Dave over at Beggs Barbershop, Corey Taylor over at Agility Communications, and then the VFW in Chatham also helped putting this on, as well as we got your buddy that's going to be announcing with you, Andrew Bartlett over at Out of the Box Media. So you two, it should be a good entertainment.
I think we'll find a nice stride with each other and be able to really give kind of the play-by-play because it gets intense. It's intense. It's fast-paced. There's just going to be so much fun to be had. Of course, doubled the number of teams from last year. You had 6 teams. Now you've got 12 teams.
12 committed teams already.
And you've got the entire gym floor at the Salvation Army ready for you guys.
Correct.
Concessions are going to be open, so make sure that you come hungry. And the entertainment likely going to include not just the play-by-play that myself and others are going to be taking part in, but possibly even some cheerleaders.
Correct. Yeah,
So
we've reached out to one of the colleges, and the captain or the cheerleading coach of that college is reaching out to some of the cheerleaders. I am going to reach out to my daughter's dance team, see if maybe they can throw a routine in there.
Like a little halftime show or something like
little
that.
Halftime
Yeah,
event.
love it.
We do have a gentleman, Gavin Gardner, who works over at Express Employment Professionals. He's going to be singing the national anthem. I heard he's good. He's got a voice I'm sure is much better than you or I would have been had we attempted.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I'm just saying,
I was in choir all like my grade school and high school careers.
Yeah, I was in choir in middle school as well, but I still would not attempt to sing the national anthem.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. Sing the national anthem. No, I'm joking.
Okay, great.
We'll leave that to the professionals.
Yeah. So, but one of the big things with this event is this is open to the public to come watch. So it is, if you want to put a team together, we still have spots. It's $15, and all that money is going back to the organizations, the Salvation Army, or just to put on the event. So you're supporting a good cause, a couple of good organizations. Bring your family, bring your kids. I am going to get some red, white, and blue beach balls if I can find them. If not, I'll just get some beach balls to throw into the stands. We are going to have you guys pick one random fan to throw out the first ball, kind of like starting it like baseball. But I got some of the team names I'd like to share with you if that's all right.
Yes, please.
Okay, so far some of the teams that we got the Silverbacks. We have the Moose Knuckles. We have No Hit Sherlocks. We have Trefani's Sloppy Steaks. We have.
I got to get my hand on the dump button here just in case, just in case that we have Dan here and reading off some of these names. The No Hit Sherlocks is pushing it there,
or the Moose Knuckles. Oh, there we go. You have the Express Pros, which you can tell they're from Express Professionals. We do have the local Army recruiting station having a team, maybe 2 teams. The Marine Corps was out there last year as well, and they got 1 or 2 teams potentially as well. I connected with the Navy, and the recruiter over there is working on putting a team together. Agility Communications is looking to put a team together, and like I said, as far as Team RWB, we'll have at least 1, maybe 2, or if not 3. And if we do get 3, I'm just going to cheat and say our team name would be, Team 1 would be red, Team 2 would be white, and Team 3 would be blue. So, there you go. Pretty basic on that.
And you're still taking possible teams.
Correct.
And people can email you or give you a call. Give us that info.
Correct, yeah. So my email address is daniel.a.baldrick@gmail.com. And then my telephone number is 217-220-7367. If you do want to put a team together, you can Venmo us over at the Chatham VFW 4763. It is $15 to put a team together, and just make sure you put your team name in there as well as or just dodgeball tournament.
And I gotta say, if you haven't dusted up on your dodgeball technique, you're walking into a lion's den. I mean, that's just the bottom line. These guys are ready to play. They're wearing the knee pads, the elbow pads, the sweatbands. They've got their calls, the plays, and everything. Dan, this is going to be an intense time. March 25th.
Yep.
Put it on your calendar. March 25th. It's going to start at 12:30. Get there early. Get some concessions. Watch these teams warm up and take part in the 2nd annual Team RWB Dodgeball Tournament. March 25th at the Salvation Army off of Clear Lake. Dan Baldrick, thank you so much for taking time with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll talk again in the near future, all right?
All right, thank you.
It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMA.